Howdy there, folks. Josh McCarthy with Cowboys of the Cross, and this is the Short Go. So the question of the day, should you cut toxic people out of your life? Yes or no? Well, if we cut everybody out of our lives that were quote-unquote toxic or sinned against us, we'd have to cut a lot of people out because everybody's a sinner. If I did that, I'd have to cut everybody out of my life, my wife, my kids. Then I'd have to look myself in the mirror and go, have I sinned against myself? By golly, I have. I'd have to cut myself out too, and I ain't quite figured that one out yet. So let's go to the Bible and figure out what that has to tell us about dealing with other people in our lives. Well, the way I look at it and the way Scripture tells me is we got two options. One, the Bible tells us that love covers a multitude of sins. And also when Peter's talking to Jesus and he asks Jesus, well, how many times do I got to forgive my brother? 7 times? That many? And Jesus goes, no, 70 times 7. And you might think, well, if I do the math on that, I only got to forgive that person that many times, and then I'm finally going to be all right, and I don't have to forgive him. But what Jesus is getting at is you have to keep forgiving your brother. And that's the whole point. Or if somebody's sinning against you, the other option we have, the Bible tells us that if somebody sins against us, we need to go to them personally and talk to them about it. Not go to everybody else around behind the buck and shoots or out on the ranch or in town or wherever. We need to go to that person just one-on-one and just say, hey, maybe go off aside somewhere or do something like that and just talk to them about it. And if they're unrepentant and they're still sinning against you and they're sinning against you, that's when you need to start bringing in other people, other witnesses that have seen this interaction and can talk to the person. And even if you do all that and they still don't want to ask for forgiveness, you still need to have that forgiveness in your heart. But you might have to break off that relationship with that person. That's where it would be okay to go, okay, it'd be better if we just went our separate ways. So those are the options that the Bible gives us with that question. And I hope it's a help to you guys. And we'll catch you later. Adios.